NASA Parallel Universe reveal, scientists find the origin of anomalies in Antarctica. That's what they believe. Scientists spotted several bizarre anomalies. They're coming from the surface of Antarctica. They're leading to a whole host of bizarre theories, and one of them includes the suggestion of some kind of parallel universe. But researchers have found that what they believe to be the culprit behind this unusual phenomena. The new research paper provides an explanation of the two strange events that occurred in Antarctica: the high-energy neutrinos appearing to come up out of the Earth into space on their own accord and head skyward. The anomalies were spotted recently, back in 2016 and 18, thanks to the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna. It's an array of radio antennas attached to a balloon floating about 23 miles above the South Pole. In this way, scientists were looking for cosmic rays, so naturally they were perplexed, with more than 40 papers published outlining possible explanations, and some propose they were the long sort of after-dark matter or sterile neutrinos, but the suggestion of a parallel universe took the prize of all the theories that they came up with. Even though sensational, this theory is not new, as the concept of an anti-universe, as well-studied idea of the Big Bang, should have created two universes, our own and an anti-universe, that from our point of view extended backwards in time before the Big Bang. But Ian Shoemaker of the Virginia Tech College of Science has a different, simpler explanation. He suggests that the anomalies are not from neutrinos, but are merely unflipped reflections of the ultra-high energy cosmic rays that arrive from space, miss the top layer ice, then strike the deep, compacted snow known as firn. In a press release, he said, "We think subsurface firn is the culprit. Firn is something between snow and glacial ice. It's compacted snow that's not quite dense enough to be ice," he says. So you can have density inversions with ranges where you go from high density back to low density, and those crucial sorts of interfaces where this reflection could happen and could explain these events, he says. Shoemaker says while the discovery is still interesting, it may not be a Nobel Prize-winning theory. He says whatever antenna, these are the arrays of antennas that they have in Antarctica, whatever Anita has found, Anita array, it's very interesting, but it may not be a Nobel Prize-winning particle physics discovery. Anita still could have discovered something interesting about glaciology instead of particle physics, and it could be Anita discovering some unusual small glacial lakes. Subglacial lakes were another consideration by Shoemaker and his team for the reflections. These lakes, deep underground, are too far spread apart according to current research, and therefore are not the most likely explanation. But if there are far more lakes than previously known, this discovery would be a big win for scientists who study the landscape and the interior of Antarctica. Shoemaker says, "I don't know anything about them, but they really do exist. There are lakes under the ice in Antarctica, and those would have the right reflective properties, but they're not widespread enough. Our idea is that part of the radio pulse from a cosmic ray can get deep into the ice before reflecting, so you can have the reflection without the phase flip. Without flipping the wave, in that case, it really looks like a neutrino," he explains. Shoemaker finalized by highlighting the issue with this theory. He says, when cosmic rays or neutrinos go through the ice at very high energies, they scatter on materials inside the ice, on protons and electrons, and they can make a burst of radio, a big, nice radio signal that scientists can see. The problem is that these signals have the radio pulse characteristics of a neutrino, but appear to be traversing vastly more than is possible given known physics. Ordinary neutrinos just don't do this, he said, but cosmic rays at these energies are common occurrences and have been seen by many, many experiments, he says. Callum Hoare on Express UK reports this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, You will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.